Hello everyone. How's everyone doing? I found a natal chart shaped uh, thing at home. So I'll be okay. So today I would like to continue the Pluto and Scorpio series in the 12th house and talk about the air energy of this placement. I was not very sure of this, but it is Moon in Aries tonight as I'm making this video, so I might as well push through. Sometimes there is no perfect moment in life and no perfect preparation. I just have to push it through. Like I did with this natal chart thingy. See? I just have to push it through. Like this. So, the air energy of this. What is the air? Let's get to the point right away today. Air is the environment. It's what I define as the air. Air as the environment, which acts both as the limit and frontier to communication. Because the environment in this context I define mostly as that which pertains, decides, and facilitates communication. Because ultimately, air has the function of communication. Um, the I often use this kind of phrasing in these videos. It's not what people think. Well, it's not. It's just 99% of what people have said about astrology, right? It's written about astrology, even, best-selling people like some Alice Bailey or these are not, it's often not what it actually is. Because last time, for example, I explained the difference between identity and belonging and how actually it all starts with you. Because what you do and what you feel depends on you or me. That's the beginning. The beginning of a natal chart is you. It's who you are at this very moment. What was what was the history from your family history, your bloodline, your history to get to this point in time where you are here. You are the beginning of a natal chart. See, it's would help for people to watch sort of my videos earlier and put things in to see how I'm linking things together. Because again, for the air energy, it's similar to the fire energy because in a way, fire and air have a relationship in the sense of sublimation. Fire, as it is, as an element, has by nature, an uncontrollability to it. These days we're seeing, the California wildfires, the Australian wildfires, which was heartbreaking, and all those, in BC or whatever, as we speak. These are one of the manifestation of this uncontrollability of this fire energy, and the wind or the air, as it were, Wind being I should not use that word wind so casually, I'm sorry. Air, air. Air element in this case is, see, fire would not exist without air. Fire is dependent upon air, where air is feeding and nurturing the fire, but also in certain cases, it depends on the composition of the air, whether it's nitrogen or whether it's oxygen, fire would either get bigger or smaller. So, air, see, sublimation here being the actual scientific word for when liquid or solid, I guess into liquid as well, state of being turns into gaseous state of being, i.e. air, right? All this around air that we don't see anything. Oftentimes we don't think about air at all because breathing, until very recently, with all the COVID stuff attacking the lungs directly, breathing was not something people thought to do, right? Because it is not something you think to do. It is part of that whole mechanism of your body keeping you alive without you doing conscious thinking. You don't think that I'm going to take my next breath. You just, thank God. But this is a perfect metaphor for connecting to the Pluto in Scorpio part. See, because Pluto in Scorpio, as I spoke about in the water energy of this video, is not oftentimes connecting to things that are rational or has material evidence as base. So therefore, fire being facilitated to exist by air is one of the manifestation of the communication of the air energy, i.e. from the astrology point of view, it's very normal to see fire as a part of air. This is probably why I started with the fire energy first and I wanted to talk about the air after, because in a way it builds upon that fire energy. I mean, I could have done it backwards too, but in a way I felt like this was more, because first I think people had to see what is a fire. Fire is something ultimately, it's not just the physical fire we see. That's one manifestation of the fire, but fire has always been seen, in ancient cultures, people say it's the child of the air, like thunder and lightning. You see, thunder and lightning strikes a tree, it would cause fire. But that comes from air. That comes from that movement of currents, of air currents, of that whole system of winds, which wind I really should talk about it in a whole video by itself. But just to narrow down what we're talking about today, because I do want to focus with my videos, even though I do talk about everything at the same time, I want to focus more on things people can take away from in their personal life. Because to talk about the unity is to talk about the personal. The most personal is the most universal thing. This is something I think artists understood a long time ago. So then this goes with the whole air energy. Air is the most universal energy. Think about it. I don't just mean on this planet right now. I don't just mean in this universe right now. Us, life forms, all life forms on this planet, with the exception of plants, but it's still an exchange of oxygen and nitrogen. Excuse me, my cat just I have to